world. Hi. Your tour begins right now, ladies and gentlemen. Off to the right. That's exciting, isn't it? The back of a beige building. Well, the building is not a lot of excitement, but the inside is. And that is our animation building. And our animators just began yesterday working on a 30th full feature animation called Beauty and the Beast. And we are responsible for one of the big musical numbers here in our Florida studios. That will take us 3.5 to 4 months to complete a 3.5-minute sequence. And you can see that going on inside this afternoon. Now here at the Disney MGM Studios, we have sound stages, outdoor sets, state-of-the-art editing and sound studios. Just about everything that you need for film, television, and live entertainment. We'll see all of these areas on our tour today, and we're going to see a production crew at work because I know where one is today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is only one photo restriction on this tour today, and I'll let you know where that is a little later on. But right now, get out those cameras and VCRs because your first photo opportunity is right now. It's high in the sky to the right. It's the symbol of the Disney MGM Studios. It's our award-winning Eiffel Tower. This tower stands 13 stories tall and is capped off by a giant set of mousers that weigh 16 tons, and that's a head size of 342 3/8. On the ground, a little closer to us, is our prop storage warehouse, and those futuristic police cars there are from the movie Blade Runner, starring Harrison Ford. The red car is the Coyote from Hardcastle and McCormick. The classic black car with the green spokes is from the movie The Untouchable, starring Sean Connery and Kevin Costner. And then coming up on the end, we have the Toon Patrol wagon from the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Across on your left are our bungalows, and that's a fancy word for office space. And bungalow number 1 is CBC Productions, and they are here today working on a Canadian television show starring Anne Murray. And bungalow number 2 is Hollywood Pictures, and they are here working on a feature film called Rocketeer. And in this department, you will be able to see over 180 artists that manufacture and design all of the costumes we use from a property. Now, we haven't forgotten all of you people sitting in the back of the shuttle, so we've slowed down quite a bit, and everything will be coming up on your left in just a moment. You will see original costumes in the display cases that were worn by Madonna and Warren Beatty from Dick Tracy, a 26-year-old dress worn by Julie Andrews and Mary Poppins, Michael Jackson's spacesuit from Epcot Center's Captain EO, and some of the human characters from the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, it all begins with the designer sketches here in Creative Costuming, and you can see some of those across the far wall. And once these sketches are completed, our seamstresses or tailors take over, and they have been known to use over 175,000 yards of fabric in just 1 year. Now, what you are seeing is only a small portion of what we have here on property, because we are the world's largest working costuming department with almost 3 million garments sold store, and that number is our Dick Tracy Makeup and Mask Department, where we're currently featuring just some of the 45 masks created by Caglian and Drexler to bring Chester Gould's villains to life. You may recognize Flat Top Mumble with the blank spoon face, just to name a few. Our next 2 rooms are our video and camera departments, where technicians maintain and store all of the equipment that we use here on property. Some of the cameras you are seeing cost over 150. This is our scenic shop, where carpenters begin work on sets that are later completed over on sound stages. And they've built everything from a 40-foot submarine for Jason Bonham rock video to the giant turntable that rotated the sets for the Mickey Mouse Club. Now, in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the blue helicopter is from Blue Thunder and was piloted by Roy Scheider. The train section is from Tough Guy, starring Kirk Douglas, Burt Lancaster, and Eli Wallach. You Star Wars fans will recognize the snowspeeder from The Empire Strikes Back. And then we have the floating sand skip from the movie The Return of the Jedi that helped Harrison Ford and Billy D. Williams escape the dreaded sandpit monster. And then we have a space pod here from the movie Flight of the Navigator. And this old wooden keelboat here is from the movie Treasures of Montecumbe, starring Peter Ustinov, and that was not a real big hit for our Disney. How many people saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah, quite a few. Well, this is the trolley car that Eddie Valiant hopped a ride on just outside of Toontown. But look closely at those trolley rails. They're not real. Radial tires are behind those because that is just a bus that we transformed to look like a trolley car. Another way we can save time and money by not having to lay trolley tracks down everywhere. Now, remember that I told you our homes on residential streets were all facades? Look to your right, back across the canal, you'll get a good backstage view of our homes here, and well, not a lot of privacy over there, is there? Well, also, you'll notice that the shingles have been brought just around the corner, just out of view of the camera. Now, this is a technique that we call saving money. We only build what the camera needs to see. Inside, but please remain seated at all times. a long time for a standing set, but I think you'll agree with me, it was well worth the time and the money. The oil pump and the truck are real. They may not look like much, they are real. Now, we built this canyon before we brought the truck in, so we had to hoist it up over our walls by a crane. What's that? Oh, no, look out!
Oh, my God!
Oh, no, look out! That tanker truck is broken loose and coming right forward! Says you really look scared. See some familiar faces here. Now, Catastrophe Canyon is just a still structure with wire mesh covered by colored cement skin that we carved to look like rock formations. And the little yellow pipes you see carry the gas for the fire and the explosions. And if you got a little warm, that's because the core temperature reached over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The large white pipes carry the water for our flood, and the flood was created when we opened the gates on 3 large holding tanks, and 70,000 gallons of water came plummeting towards our shuttle. Now, way in the back, you can see some green air cannons, and we shot some of the water out of these cannons to give it a more spectacular look. And if we put a basketball in one of these, we could shoot it up and over the Empire State Building. Now, oh, by the way, you'd have to be in New York City for that to work. We can't do that from here. The earthquake you felt was created with hydraulic shaker tables located independently under each car. And if we turn these all the way up, we could throw a small car over the railing and down inside the canyon. Down on the end, you will see pumps number 1 and number 2, and they are busy recycling all 70,000 gallons of our water, because what seemed like an out-of-control disaster was really a safe, computerized sequence of events that we can recycle in only 3.5 minutes. And as we exit Catastrophe Canyon, you'll see we're passing another shuttle full of victims, visitors like yourself. Just smile and wave, everybody. Don't give any of the surprise away.